I can tell you one thing about this hunt being up here this high. It feels like you're right next to the sun, especially when you spend the whole day out on a rock glassing or out on a rock waiting for a buck to stand up. So it's really easy to get dehydrated up here. I drank the most fluids I've ever drank these last 9 days, and I still every morning I wake up and feel like I'm lacking a little fluid in my body. But that's a big key to being able to hunt hard for 9 days is lots of fluid. So that's your tech tip of the day. Stay hydrated, folks. So today's the last day of hunting, last full day of hunting. We might get a hunt a little bit in the morning, but mostly we'll be just getting camp ready, packed up, and getting it packed out of here on the horses. Man, what an adventure it's been. That's kind of what me and Bryce came in to this hunt thinking is, let's just go have an adventure. We've never been up here. Basically found this place on OnX, had public access, and found this camp spot on OnX and Google Earth. Had an absolute riot. We've had chances, we've had opportunities, and that's all we could hope for. So, but it's not over. Today's the last day. We're gonna hunt hard. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna run up, same play as yesterday. We're gonna run up to that big basin, see if that big boy is still in there. I don't think he got bumped too hard. We'll see what transpires. We'll go see if he's there. If not, we'll come back to our go-to canyon, the one we hunted for 6-7 days straight. I think we'll find something. Guys, thanks for following along. If you've watched all the videos, thank you so much. It's literally just the tip of the iceberg. I keep saying that, but it really is. This is kind of an extra hunt. This is a hunt we don't usually do. Our season usually doesn't start until like the 18th when the Utah general season archery deer hunt opens. So this is kind of an add-on, but it's been an absolutely fantastic start to the season. It's just going to get better from here. Oh, I found a big buck and then I just drop kicked my scope off of him. I'll tell you the one thing we've discovered on this mountain for whatever reason this year, or maybe it's historically been like that, is I wouldn't say from what we saw that this mountain has very great genetics. I mean, there's big deer up here, but I think we've seen maybe out of the 50 bucks we've seen 3 legitimate 4-point frames. Everything else is like 3x4, big 2 points, big 2x3s. Just seen the 2 biggest 4 points we've seen, or 2 out of the 3 4 points we've seen. Really nice, big 180 type buck, who's actually just like in the basin right above our camp. But we came over here to find the big 3x4 again, and he hasn't showed up. But we just found this guy who's really big. We kind of know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go out the saddle into the big canyon over the top. It sucks though is if you see him in the morning, they head up out of the basin up over the top, and then you think you could make a play on them in the evening, but they don't come back up over the top until dark, which sucks. And now he's out of my life forever. Dude, he is a mondo dose.
He's the big 2?
He's the big deuce, dude.
Yeah.
Big deuce, like,
you believe me now?
mature deuce. Dude, I've never seen a 2 that big. Bryce has been talking about these mythical giant 2 points over here. Failed to see him until just now. Bryce told me he was like 27 inches wide. He's easily 27 inches wide, if not bigger.
Cool, huh?
It's just like, just a 2 point. I think they run on some cycle, man. He was over the top, and now he's right here in the bottom of this basin, which is crazy. Dude, let's go hunt that guy. Go kill him.
He's a cool buck.
Bryce told me when he saw him, he thinks he's the coolest buck he's seen up here. Dude, he's probably 30 inches wide. His forks are like...
His forks are deep.
Probably 160-inch 2-point. Well, last day, guys. You know what we call it here on the Hush channel. It's 4th and 10. Bottom of the 9th. Bryce is more of a baseball guy, but... I'm gonna go put the stock on this buck. It's 2-point. He's still moving, which I don't like, but we think we know where he's gonna go, and I just gotta beat him to the point. But I'm gonna drop back down into that big basin, and I'm gonna cut up to the left and try to get into the saddle. That's where we think he's going. That's where Bryce has seen him before. So we'll see how this pans out, but we gotta take every opportunity we can. And this is the only opportunity we've had this morning, so I guess we'll take it. Let's see if I bunt or go for the swing for the fences. There's Casey. A little bit closer now, maybe 140 yards, maybe farther. I'm new at this, so it's hard to judge distances at distances, if that makes sense. But he's just making his way over to the buck. The buck is still bedded, facing away. Holy cow, guys, he is close. Shoot, you gotta shoot. Shoot him. Uh-oh. Shoot. He is so curious. Right now. Stop. There he goes. Hang my hat and defeat. That should have happened. That was too close not to happen. Buck was bedded just right up here in this tree. I'm standing at 78 yards. Buck was faced completely away up the rock cliff right there. And I got to this tree and I saw that big rock right there, him facing away, and I thought, man, I could slide into there real easy. It would have been a 48-yard shot from here. Freaking went to bend over to get down on my knees, and my rangefinder hit the rock. And luckily I was behind a tree and he kind of looked up that way. And I peeled back like this behind the tree, and it was like probably felt like 5 minutes, but it was probably like 45 seconds to a minute. He just sat there and stared uphill. And you could see it obviously out of his peripheral vision. But then he went to looking back uphill. But the problem is he had no idea anything was back here. His concentration was up on that hill. He thought he had the wind from the back. As soon as I made that noise and he didn't see me, he was alerted to this direction. So even though he went back to looking that way, he was alerted to this direction. So any movement, any sign, any even peep of his sound, he was looking back because he had just heard that sound. So I tried to let him calm down for 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't know, I'm telling you guys times, it could have been 10 seconds. And I got up to that white rock, just belly crawling up to that white rock. And he just happened to look uphill right when I went to make a move, and he freaking caught me. And he stood up, and I was just on my belly for like 2.5 in an awkward position for like however long. And he actually walked towards me closer. He ended up being 55 yards, but there was no way I was going to sit up and shoot. So then he walked down behind that little edge, and I ranged where I thought he would be, and he just came running out of there. And oh my gosh, it was a perfect scenario. I spotted this buck first thing in the basin. He didn't go up into the cliffs. He came and bedded right here. This is where I've been wanting to stalk a deer. And I had all this terrain in front of me. Started over there by that snow, and then I used that cliff as a block, and then this big rock is a block, and then that tree is a block. And I thought he'd be 60 yards, but he was 78. And I wanted to get closer. I wanted to get 60 at least. Well, I think what we've decided is we blew out that canyon finally. I felt like we've done a really good job of putting stalks on deer and not actually blowing them out of a canyon, but just, you know, they get bumped and go to the other side of the canyon. We hunt them again in the morning, but today I can say we bumped that big buck, and he's gone. Bryce went and chased him over the top and couldn't catch up to him, but I think we've made the decision that we are going to load up camp and head home for the day, or head home today. We were going to stay and hunt this evening and then go home in the morning, but this is day number 9 up here, and talking to Bryce this morning, I said, hey man, this tag goes till like the 10th of September, so if we go home, surprise the wives. I just want to say today is my 16-year wedding anniversary to my beautiful wife Kaylee, and she was 100% okay with me coming up here and not being home on our anniversary. She was thinking, she still is thinking that we'll be home tomorrow, so I think if we pack up camp and get out here in a decent time, I'll be able to surprise her tonight, get home and take her to dinner maybe. And then I was telling Bryce this tag goes till September 10th. Maybe we'll have a few more days that we can run up here and hunt for like 3 or 4 more. But what an incredible experience. I mean, I don't think we could have started the season off any better way. We came up to a place that we're just unfamiliar with. We picked a place on OnX to go in, just dealing with the public access. We got in here, we hunted our butts off. We scouted the day and a half before the hunt, and we were on deer every day. I don't think we could have asked for any more. Maybe our arrows would have found their mark, but I mean, hunting, that's what happens. So appreciate you guys following along like always. And the way we're going to do this series is, I believe tomorrow is the day that the Wasatch Front opens, and Eric and Martin and BMAC will be up there, and we'll just roll right in tomorrow in a new hunt. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, follow our season long. We're going to have probably, I think we figured upwards of 100 straight days of just hunting, and so we're going to bring them all to you. But we're going to head back to camp, start getting stuff loaded, and get out of here.